You're listening to the Quint's podcast.
Namaste and welcome to my 7th podcast on another subject of current importance. This time I discuss child marriage with my guests. The practice of child marriage prevails and alas persists in many Indian states despite a 2006 law which prohibits a girl being married before she's 18 and a boy before he's 21. Conversations with my 4 guests will tell you what is happening and put you fully in the picture. You're tuned into Over to Shailaja, a podcast where we will talk about diverse experiences from my long career as a civil servant and the different roles I have played for over 50 years. But the podcast is not about my career or my achievements. I bring you stories rooted in real life which remain and are even more relevant today. I'm your host Shailaja Chandra and this is my podcast Over to Shailaja. My first guest will be Dr. Casey James, the director of the International Institute of Population Sciences, Mumbai, the institute which conducts the National Family Health Surveys every 5 years and which covers population, health, women and children's development through one of the world's largest surveys, and it includes child marriage. My second guest is the well-known child rights activist Kriti Bharati, acclaimed and awarded for preventing over 1,500 child marriages around Jodhpur in Rajasthan. She became famous for succeeding in getting the first case of annulment of a child marriage through a court order in 2012. My next guest is Mr. Priyank Kanungo, who is the chairman of the National Commission for the Protection of Child Rights. And in fact, he answers how NCPCR is confronting the problem. How do kids who have no capacity to get their marriage nullified on their own get protection, care, and legal support? To get a perspective on whether child marriage is only an Indian phenomenon, I talked to Dr. Ravi Verma, the director of the Asia Office of the International Center for Research on Women. He tells me on the basis of ICRW research what works, but also what doesn't. It is unacceptable that a progressive country cannot stop young girls from being forced to undergo underage marriage. Why should they have to deal with pregnancy, motherhood, and child rearing only because a regressive society wills it that way? The only hope is that the law is modified to make the undoing of underage marriages simple and the law enforcement agencies do not pander to regressive social groups howsoever important they are to local politics. In my podcast, you'll get food for thought plus a little welcome news. Do listen in. Please do check out the description below and click the link to the full episode. You can also follow the episode on several other platforms of your choice like Apple, Google, Spotify, Jio, Saavn and many more.